ETH, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned if we get the buy setup, we're interested in the buy. But when the price was within this move, we mentioned we can expect the price to drop because we're looking for this correction. And we mentioned we can expect the drop similar to what we have here. And this is what we get. Now, the thing is how deep this one can go. And we are, if we get any reversal, this is what we are more interested. We want to look for buy. But as we can see, the price broke this low, but it haven't broke this the one just near. Okay, no, we don't need to wait whether we need to wait for the breakout or not. I think any reversal from now we get, we look for buy. The only thing is we want to know how deep this one can go. Okay, in this case, if we move to daily chart. Okay, based on daily chart, as we can see, the way is moving. When we have this kind of the move after this short move, we can either expect further reversal or bigger correction. If we get a bigger correction, then from there, maybe we get a one more drop. Okay, but the only thing is we want to see whether we can get any trade set up right now or not. Okay, based on lower time frame. And if we move to forward chart, all right, if we refer to our analysis, when the price was within this, we mentioned we put in this one in relative to each other for one more drop. We get the drop, but it's not that, I mean, haven't broke this low as I mentioned. Okay, how deep this one can go, we cannot confirm, or whether this is the only one and any the price can reverse. Okay, for me, I think if still this one, we can put this one in relative to this. If this one there is a continuation, still we can expect the price to come to this level, which is 1250. Okay, by the way, as I mentioned, we don't need to wait for the breakout of this or the price come to this line. Any buy from here, we take it, but we see how it's moving. If it's moving, whether it's moving fast, sharp, or in terms of the corrective. For sure, if it's moving as a corrective based on 1 hour chart, we are not going to trade it, because in that case, maybe this one move to correction, I mean turn to a correction move as a channel. All right, because the price is like can top and reverse. Okay, by the way, now we want to see how we can trade it based on 1 hour chart. And if we move to 1 hour chart, right now, as I mentioned, we cannot get any trade set up. Okay, and now the options we can trade, what is it? The first one, the best one, the if whether from, I mean, as I mentioned, we are not sure how deep it can go. If it move deeper, it can give us better trade setup. But from what we have right now, if we get any breakout of this trend line with a correction of flag, we will look for buy. And when the price comes, if we get above this, when the price come to this top, we start to manage. Okay, and the another option, having entry above this. But by the way, having entry above this is really risky because of what we want price tag and continue. Okay, now the thing is whether we should trade or not. For those traders, they have experience, they can take it, because if the price reverse from here, the stop loss will be below this. Right now, if this one deeper, then we see the changes. Okay, then if they know how to manage, they can trade, because as I mentioned, we want the price tag and continue. If within 1 or 2 hours is not moving, we take out the trade. Because if this one move in terms of the risk and reward, again, based on what we have right now, this is our risk and reward will be here, at least 1 to 2. Okay. But if this one drop a bit more, even come to this line, because we mentioned how deep this one can go, still we can expect this one drop a bit more, because we are putting this one in relative to this. May the drop cam length as what we have here. Okay, that's why if this one drop a bit more, then having a trade above this is not valid. Okay, the another option is if we get, and whether we can get any trade set up within this range. I think mostly we can trade based on 15 minutes. If we get any trade within this range based on 15 minutes, as long as the price come to this trend line, if it sees cannot break out, we don't trade it. We take out the trade because this one can turn to a ready correction move. Okay, and if we move to 15 minutes, all right, based on 15 minutes, I think this one is still we can expect this one is a correction for one more drop. All right, that's mean we cannot look for buy. Anyway, we don't have any trade set up. As I mentioned, if you want to trade for buy, at least we need to get the sharp move flag, whether above this or based on 15 minutes within this range. For sure, if the drop more can give us better opportunity, but any trade within this range, if the price tag the trend line we see is not moving, we don't stay with the trade. And the last option, which is very risky, having a trade above this. By the way, we just follow the chart and we see whether we can get the trade set up. And for sure, if this one drop more, can give us better opportunity. And if I say, in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update or trade setup, I will share. Thanks.